Hello, I'm Nick Sutton. I work for Dharma, and I work at the Oxford Centre for Hindu Studies. In these short talks, hopefully no more than 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going to be looking at some of the verses we've selected for the eternal path, which can be obtained either as an ebook or hopefully soon as a published text, a proper book you might say. And I'm going to start today with looking at the first selection that we've got, which like many of them is from the Mahabharata, and this discusses what it means to be a follower of Sanatana Dharma. Now, many times I've been approached and people have said to me, don't talk about Hinduism, there's no such thing as Hinduism, it's just a foreign word that's invented. We are actually followers of Sanatana Dharma. I still use the word Hinduism and still talk about Hindus, mainly for convenience sake. Everybody knows the word Hindu, Sanatana Dharma, can be confusing as a term, particularly for outsiders. Also, it's not easy to define what Sanatana Dharma really is. Do we know what we mean by Sanatana Dharma? Is it worshipping in the temple? Is it Krishna Bhakti? Is it understanding Atman and Brahman? Or is it all these things? Well, in these verses that are selected from the Mahabharata, they give concise definitions of what Sanatana Dharma actually is. And these show that it's not about your patterns of worship, it's not so much about even your beliefs in God, because the fact is that even an atheist can be a follower of Sanatana Dharma. May sound unlikely, but it's true, and I think it comes back then to another point people have often made to me, that what we refer to as Hinduism and what we should refer to as Sanatana Dharma is not a religion. It's a way of life. It's a way of interacting with the world around us, with the people we share the world with. So let's have a look at the first of the Sanskrit verses from the Mahabharata. This is taken from the third book, the Aranyaka, or Vanaparva, and it's actually spoken by Savitri in her talks with Yama when he was taking away the soul of her husband. It was one of the ways in which she won back her husband by speaking so beautifully about the nature of Dharma. This comes in chapter 281 of book 3, and it's verse 34 of that chapter. I'll just recite it. Adroha sarva bhuteshu karmana monna sagira anugrahascha dhanam cha satam dharma sanatanaha. Yes, the last 3 words, satam dharma sanatanaha. This is the Sanatana Dharma followed by those who are righteous, the Sutton. And let's have a look how Savitri defines Sanatana Dharma for us. The first word is adroha, and that's followed by sarva bhuteshu. Adroha means an absence of malice. I've translated it as an absence of hatred. Droha is hatred, malice, disliking people, enmity. Adroha sarva bhuteshu, not just friends and family members, but all living beings. That's the way that we feel. And how do we do this? Karmana manasa gira. We never display malice with our actions. It's like ahimsa, not harming. Manasa, with our thoughts in our mind. And gira, with our words. We never do anything. We never think anything. We never say anything that is malicious towards other people. This is the first precept that Savitri gives. And some may say, well, that's just a recipe for weakness and being walked all over. But no, it's not. because it doesn't mean that we don't resist evil in the world in every way we can, but rather our resistance is done on principle, not out of malice. We don't hate the people we are resisting. We don't desire to see them trampled down and hurt because of our malice, but rather we do it out of duty. We're back there with the Bhagavad Gita philosophy of karma yoga. So that's the first precept. Then anugraha, that's kindness, goodwill towards all, doing things great and small that will help others. I think the Pope was just talking about that on his recent visit to the United States. He referred to small acts of kindness. This also is the Sanatan Dharma. Maybe we should think of the Pope as a Sanatani. Anugrahascha dharma, dhanam cha. Dhanam is charity, giving whatever we can to help the poor. And I'm reminded here of a conversation that's been recorded with the Saint Neem Karoli Baba, who was asked, first of all, how can I find God? And he said, serve people. And another question was put to him, how can I gain enlightenment? He said, feed people. And another question came, how can I awaken my Kundalini energy? And he said, serve people and feed people. Give charity. Now probably most of us give charity already, but give a little more. Show a little more kindness. Make sure that our thoughts, our words and our deeds are never malicious, will never hurt others. Speak softly. Speak things that are pleasing, that make others happy. Satam dharmaha sanatanaha. This is the Sanatan Dharma that is followed by those who are sat, by the righteous persons. Thank you very much.